But I want to take a little bit of a turn here. I want to take a little bit of a turn, and I put a bookmark. Hold on. Ooh. I put a bookmark, and I want to show y'all a piece of this interview between Kanye and Candace. Hold on one second. Hold on. I want to pull this up. Boom. Already got it queued up. Look at that. 33. All right, that's where it is.
A rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 mil, and I ain't been rhyming like common sense.
So this is the part of the interview where, and as you can see, it's very low budget. This was like late night with them. They're just at Candace. I think they're just in Candace's basement because this is when Kanye put out that tweet. I'm about to go DEF CON 3 on whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And the Daily Wire was not comfortable with Candace Owens interviewing Kanye on their platform because they said that she wouldn't give enough pushback because Kanye is Candace's friend. I believe this may be the same day that they both ended up wearing those White Lives Matter t-shirts. So I want y'all to just take a look at this because, and I don't know how all of this stuff connects, but these are just kind of the things that kind of came together for me today. We talked earlier about Wesley and the other. First off, let me get her name. My fault, because I feel very bad. Squad member loses St. Louis. Let me see. Corey Bush. Okay, Corey Bush. I got you. My apologies, Corey. But we talked earlier about how Corey Bush, black woman, and then you had Wesley. Hold on, what's Wesley's last name? I don't know. Wesley Bell, right? Was it Wesley Bell? All right. Where Wesley Bell in a heated primary, right? Heated primary. We talked about how a lot of people sell their souls and sell whatever they need to sell in order to increase their power, move to a different position, whether it's JD Vance. We've talked about Kamala. We've talked about a lot of different people in politics doing this. I want y'all to just listen to this and tell me what y'all think.
On shuffle. And geez,
Man.
yeah. But I just wanted where I want to go back to though. With the two things I want to say.
If you are a Jay-Z fan, please. If you are a Jay-Z fan, please listen to this.
So first off, when I was coming on the plane, my podcast was on shuffle, and Jay-Z song came on. It was dun 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 dun. He says, "Oh, I know what it was." He says, "I dumbed down my audience to double my dollars. They criticize me for it, yet they all yell holla. If skills sold, truth be told, I'd probably be lyrically Talib Kweli. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 mil, and I ain't been rhyming like common sense. When your sense got that much in common, and you've been hustling since, the only perception for perception go with what makes sense. Since I know what I'm up against, we as rappers must decide what's most important, and I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. So I got rich and gave back. To me, that's the win-win." And I was just so stunned. I ran it back.
Jay-Z just acknowledged that he's a sellout and just gave certain justifications around it. Whenever I look at the current state of anything, I've now trained myself to look back years before as far as to find the cause, the root cause of this. Like anything that we're experiencing right now with this generation or where we are right now, wherever we are, is based on things that may have been introduced to us or an environment that we may have been in 20, 30, 40 years ago. We were groomed and indoctrinated to think the way we think right now, to believe what we believe, whether it's religious, spiritually, economically, how we think about finances, everything. We were groomed. We were groomed. There's a reason why I love Dame Dash, and really, I can't stand Jay-Z. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm not saying I hate the man. I'm not saying I don't like. There's something about him that really bothers me, and it's because if a community all makes decisions like Jay-Z, in my opinion, it will lead to hatred, division, people stabbing each other in the back, all these type of things. Here you pretty much, I don't know if y'all heard the lyrics, but he pretty much said, yeah, I dumbed down my intelligence and the game that I could give to the people that buy my music. I dumbed down the message that I'm giving y'all. Like it's almost like, let's say you have a plate of food that's organic, a lot of vitamins, a lot of nutrients. I'm going to dumb this plate down, give you all unhealthy things, the candy, the sugar, the salt, because that's what you want more. And it's a little bit less risky for me. So I'm going to give you that. But I'm going to make a lot of money off of that. And with the money that I make, I'll give y'all a little something. I'll pay for a funeral here and there, maybe a documentary here and there, so y'all can act like y'all could think that I mess with y'all. That's what he admitted to doing. This is the culture that we are living in. This is the culture that we celebrate. These are the people whose words we listen to and take heed to them as if they're words from God and the Bible. And we wonder how we got to get exactly where we are. Could you imagine Malcolm X saying, yo, I'm dumbing down this message and giving y'all some poison just so I can make a little bit of bread, but don't trip, I'll throw y'all some crumbs on the way out. This is why they had to get rid of cats like Malcolm and Martin. This is why they had to get rid of a stand-up, strong, courageous, fearless Malcolm X, well-dressed, respectable, the most disciplined man I've ever read, the most disciplined man I've ever researched. This is why they had to get rid of him. It wasn't about how he thought back then. When J. Edgar Hoover, I think he was the head of the FBI, said that they fear they got to get rid of Malcolm because he could turn into a black messiah. It wasn't about the things that he was saying then. When he was saying stuff like earlier on, when he was more aggressive towards his disdain for, let's say, white people and accepting the teachings that white people were blue-eyed devils. They didn't have to get rid of him because of that. That's easy to handle. They had to get rid of him because they knew what he would develop into. See, nobody was scared of Pac when he's doing all this hit him up goofy stuff. It's when he makes the songs that you actually feel and can learn from, the changes. So going back to Malcolm, they didn't fear him then, they feared what he would become. They feared the influence, the development that he would have, and how influential and impactful that would be for not only just young black kids and the black community, but across the board. And they gave us Jay-Z's. Just like they gave us Barack. And do we think it's just going to get better and correct itself? I don't know. Maybe that's a long cycle. Now what do we have? Instead of the Jay-Z's, it's just gotten worse and worse. As far as the poison that they're giving us. Now it's to the point where the kids now, the music that they're not dumbing down anything. They're just dumb. Because Jay-Z dumbed down his music when he knew better, now he spread that poison, and now he's just created a group of entertainers and influencers for the community that are just dumb. At what point are we going to take a stand and not accept this across the board? At what point is just being a good person going to supersede your political group affiliation? At what point is just being a good person going to mean more than, yo, you Democrat, you Republican, you Crip, you Blood, you GD, you BD? You see how goofy it looks? We're all the same. At what point are we going to prioritize people's morals, values, and principles over their favorite sports team? And I'm joking around with the favorite sports team, right? But that is how fanatical we are when it comes to supporting these parties and supporting these politicians. Bro, they're all terrible. And matter of fact, even if you don't think they're terrible, they bring out the worst in us. So therefore, it's not good for us. People that bring out the worst in a group that is supposed to be a cohesive group, we're Americans. Right? When we're watching the Olympics, we're not saying like, yo, is that swimmer, she Democrat or is she Republican? She conservative? Yo, is that gymnast dude, yo, the one that was on that black guy, the gymnast dude, yo, is he woke? He one of them woke cats? We are one. The people that are trying to separate us are the people that we should not trust. We should not give them battery in their backs. We should not empower them. We should not be empowering MSNBC. It's very simple. Yo, y'all keep pushing out these extreme narratives and this extreme rhetoric. It's cool. I don't got to say anything. I'm just going to turn the channel. We keep just like no different than we get on people listening to these goofy rappers, right? It's to the point now where I'll be totally honest. I don't know who's worse for the community, some of these goofy rappers or Joy Reid. I don't know. Because like we said with the Jay-Z, like, yo, y'all kind of, are people worse who know better and decide to do worse and decide to spread poison? Or people that just are naive and they prey on the fact where they come from, the poverty they come from, so they dangle, you know, a nice carrot, some money in front of them? I don't know who's worse. But when you know better, you're supposed to do better, right? Isn't that biblical where they say that that to whom much is given, much is more is, y'all know what I'm talking about. Isn't that biblical? So we may not look at it like, oh, me watching Fox is such a negative thing. Yes, it is. It's terrible because it's bringing out the worst in your neighbors. It's bringing out the worst in your community. It's causing us to hate each other, causing us to fight each other. Causing us, all this stuff is leading to this inflation. All this stuff is just bad. It's bad across the board. But until we do what Queez tells us to do and become the change that we want to see in the rest of the world, nothing will change. We will not move the needle at all. So I don't have a positive message to finish up this show with. I really don't. I really don't. Maybe before bed, we should all think about how we are all, myself included, contributing to in 3 months when we go to vote, the next day, half of the country is going to hate the other half. And it's not just going to stop there, because the news stations, they're going to keep feeding into it. Why? Because they want you to keep watching them. So one news station is going to tell you, yo, this is messed up. This is terrible. The other news station is going to say, this is great. We just saved the country. It's bad. We're in a bad place, a very chaotic place. But maybe sometimes things just have to get bad for the people that are capable of making a difference finally feeling the need to stand up, finally feeling the need to voice their opinion, to be heard, to be felt, to contribute in a positive way to the betterment of society. Maybe with all this chaos, we always hear it, chaos brings opportunity, right? So maybe there are some opportunities that do come up. Maybe with everybody being so chaotic, there's an opportunity for people to say, look, man, I know I'm Democrat. I know you're Republican. I know I'm Republican. I know you're Democrat, but this is foolish. I actually align more with you than these crazies at the extreme ends of my party. Why am I going to war with you? Yo, we're in the same kind of financial situation. Why am I beefing with you and I'm supporting this other person who... If we can start by coming together on principles, values, and integrity, and establish a foundation on that, everything else will take care of itself. We've lost our foundation. We have no foundation. And with no foundation, we can get misled and misguided anywhere. So that's all I got for y'all today. That's all I got for y'all today. So we're going to finish off with 30 seconds. You use the time to visualize, to meditate, do whatever you need to do. But I want everybody to appreciate the effed up position that we as a team, our country is in right now. Because if we don't, we're going to turn around and be living under some very extreme circumstances that seem to come out of nowhere. And I don't know if we are built for that. Matter of fact, I know we are not built for that as humanity. But I'm talking to the group now, the people that are here right now. I don't know if we are equipped to deal with the repercussions of all of our actions. America can easily become one of these scary places that we look from our bubble, our moral high ground. Look what's going on over there in North Korea. Look what's going on over there in China. Look what's going on over there in the look. Things can change quickly. And we can easily be that country that other countries are looking at like, damn, y'all see what's going on over there? If we are not conscious and realistic and very accurate when it comes to evaluating America and the country that we are in and the country that we have contributed to creating a lot of this chaos. So 30 seconds, eyes closed if you're in a safe place. And, just think maybe. Just think. Go. All right. Do me a favor. Like before you head out. Share with a group. If you like the message, if you appreciated the message, definitely share it with some of your people. I know it was a little bit of a different energy than it typically is. I want to be very clear. I'm not discouraged, but I want to be honest with y'all. I'm not discouraged. I'm not discouraged. I'm not necessarily encouraged. I understand that when you break it down, like Queez always says, when you just got to be the change, it simplifies everything. But, and not to say but, and you always hope that that will be enough in order to influence others. So therefore you can create that compounding effect, snowball effect of actually making a difference that matters throughout the world, throughout America. But first things first, we just got to start with ourselves. So with that, onward and upward, strength and honor. Y'all know what it is. We're here to elevate on purpose, doing what we need to do in order to become who we need to become to lead. To lead. We need leaders now more than ever. We need leaders by action, all different types of leaders. And it doesn't mean that you got to be at the forefront of whatever movement you're pushing. You could take a leadership role in following somebody else and following and just contributing however you need to contribute. So on that note, I'll see y'all soon. It's Wednesday, halftime. Let's make sure that we're getting to the bag. So therefore we can make this one of our greatest weeks ever, one of our most accomplished weeks ever. And then we can enjoy the weekend. So with that, I shall see y'all on Friday for the wake up at 8 a.m. And appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.